welcome to a bonus vlog. I just wanted to chit chat a little bit. This has been on my heart for a while. I just want to come on here and talk, and I'm gonna get straight to the point. When I was young, I got pregnant with my son. I was 18 when I got pregnant with my son. And my son, he's grown, okay? He's grown, he's not a little kid. But anywho, when I got pregnant with him, I was young, I was working, I was going to college, but I did graduate from high school early by having extra credits to be able to graduate early. So that's how I got out of high school early, but I still walked across the stage. But when my senior year came, my counselor let me know that I had all these credits and I was able to graduate early. And I did. And then I told my counselor, okay, I'm gonna go to college, to a JC college, and work, and just work on going to college so that I can get to a university. That was the plan. And I was an athlete. I ran track and stuff in college. Oops, sorry, I'm holding this tripod. But anywho, when I was in college, I was working different odd jobs, like, those door-to-door jobs where you sell like vacuums and stuff. I worked for a company named Kirby Vacuums, I believe. Anyway, I got tired of working for them. Then I went to go work for a fast food restaurant. Okay, so I'm working at this fast food restaurant, and I end up meeting my son's father at the fast food restaurant that I was working at. So me and him started talking. He asked me for my phone number. It was so cute. But anywho, yeah, so from there, me and him just started talking and dating, seeing each other. And as time went by, I ended up getting pregnant with he and I first child. And so I was still working and I was still going to, college. And then by the time I was like a month pregnant, I started getting sick. I had to walk around with a cup because I kept spitting and spitting. And it was so much spit that I needed a cup. And then I had to get a box of Kleenex to stuff the cup with Kleenex. It was just so gross, okay? All that spitting. And let me tell you, when I was pregnant with my son, I spit for the whole 9 months. It was miserable, okay? Because spit, okay? And I asked my doctor at the time, I said, do you have anything to stop all this spitting? She said, no, you just have to deal with it. But once you have your baby, all the spitting will go away. Now, when I gave birth to my son, all the spitting went away, and I was like, oh, so relieved, okay? Because I was so sick when I was carrying my son those whole 9 months, okay? But anywho, I'm here to also just talk about, working in college at the time. But due to me being sick when I was pregnant, I failed my astrology class, okay? My other courses that I was taking in college, I did good in. But something about astrology, I couldn't pass it for some reason. Then I was getting real sick, and then I was feeling like, okay, I need to just, drop college and just focus on working. So I ended up leaving college by choice. Dropped out. Okay, we can say that, dropped out, but it was my choice to drop out of college because, I was sick. I was walking around with a cup. I'm always, I was always spitting in the cup. And then I didn't want my college classmates to see me spitting all the time, you know what I mean? So I ended up just dropping out of college. And then I was just working. But now that I'm older, 38, I'm thinking about going back to college and taking a college course. It crosses my mind ever so often, but lately I've been thinking about taking a college course. So I'm thinking maybe sometime this month, I'm gonna check into a junior college or something, some type of college. Well, it's gonna be a junior college so that I can take me a college course. That would be nice for me. Maybe I can take something like for being a CNA, like a certificate class where I can go work in the hospital or something. But yeah, I don't want to like give up on college. I know I gave up on college for 20 years now because my son, he's 20 years old, okay? But anywho, that's a long time, okay? I've been out of college a long time, okay? And I'm only 38, okay? But yeah, I'm thinking about going back to college. But if I don't go back to college, I may go to a trade school or something. I know I have my CNA certification under my belt. That's all good. I've been a CNA for a long time now. But yeah, I'm thinking about going to college. You know, I know I had to give up my hopes and dreams when I had my kids, but I can still go back to school. I'm still young. You know, I'm still young, okay? I'm 38. I'll be 39 years old this year. There's no excuses, okay? But if I don't go back to college, I'll just take some type of trade class or something, maybe computer skills, something like that. Because I grew up in a family where we believe in education, and I knew, okay, when I dropped out of college, I still needed to work and make something out of myself. So I worked, you know, corporate jobs and stuff like that. Well, is working in the medical field a corporate job? I think so. Yeah, okay, whatever. But anywho, customer service and all that. Then one day I was like, okay, I need to get a career. I need a career. So I went to CNA school. I went to a CNA school that was only for 1 month. And at the end of that month, I took my, you know, clinical class, and then I went to go take the test to get my CNA certification. And I got it, okay? And I've been a CNA ever since. But now it's time for me to go back to school and get another credential, because I've always been the type of person to believe in education. Like my uncle used to always let us know that education is everything. And I come from a family that believes in education. Like, there's educated people in my family. I know I'm educated too. I'm an educated CNA, but every day I'm still learning. And I just want to say that although I gave up on my dreams 20 years ago when I gave birth to my son, I had to put my life on hold. I had to drop out of college. Well, you know, from my choice. That's why I dropped out of college, but I could have stayed in. But it was very hard. It was a struggle. But my son, he's grown now. Times are easier now. And yes, I need to go back and go to school and get another credential. And I'm just so inspired to just go back to school for some reason. I feel like college is always an open door. You can always go back and just finish where you left off at. And I know most definitely once I go to college, I want to take the math course and finish the math requirement course, because when I was younger, at the time when I was pregnant, I took a basic math class. And I had to take so many math classes to, you know, pass the requirement of math. But I never finished. But this is the time to finish college. You know, and back then I was like, oh wow, I dropped out of college. Okay, I need to work, of course, to take care of my son, right? And I worked. And then I went to school, became a CNA, but now I'm like, okay, I need to go back to school because there's more opportunity in the workforce if I go back to school and get my credentials. I can go back to school and become a nurse. I can go back to school and become a doctor. I can go back to school and work as a physical therapist. There's so many opportunities. I do not know why I gave up on myself when I was younger and pregnant in college. but that's okay. That's the past. See, back then, that's what I needed to do. That's how I look at it now, because dropping out of college back then made me into the mom and the CNA and the person that I am today. Because I don't know who I would be today if I would have stayed in college. I probably wouldn't even be picking up this camera vlogging. I probably wouldn't even have a YouTube channel. So what I'm trying to say is, I think things happen in our life for a reason, and I'm just taking that as a blessing. My sons, they're a blessing to me. I love my children. I know I had to give up on my goals and my dreams and drop out of college, but now that I look back, I'm like, okay, I'm old now. Well, okay, I can pick up the pieces now and go back to college. But I always let my nieces and nephews know, I say, hey, once you finish high school, go to college. Stay in college. Don't drop out like me. Just stay in college. Make something out of yourself. Like my nephew, I'm so proud of him. He went to Alabama State. He graduated with bachelor's degree. But I told him, I said, make something out of yourself. Do not drop out of college like I did. And my nephew listened, and I'm so proud of him. I understand life happened. Life happened for me. I had to give up my dreams and goals, but I'm still young, you know, and tomorrow I can go apply for a college class at one of the colleges. So there's hope, and I'm gonna continue to have a positive mind. And like I said, even if I don't go back to college, I can go to a career center and take a class. It's all about just bettering ourselves and recognizing that, you know, we can always make a difference in our life. Now I'm gonna take my butt back to sleep. I just wanted to come on here and talk to y'all for a little bit. Good night.